Welcome back to the Marching Arts Network. I am the Stress Master.
And I'm Jen. That was for Kanan.
Yeah. Just so you know, I did edit it so it was like really close together, so it sounds appropriately. But thank you guys for joining us on this video. We have a reaction video, and it's just Jen and myself. Get it, just Jen?
Yes. Yes.
Kanan, unfortunately, he is sleeping right now.
Sleeping.
Okay. But I wanted to do this video. This is part of we had a list of videos we were going to do. This is my list right here, which I don't know if you guys can see it, but you probably can't. But anyway, so my list is there. But what we wanted to do is I wanted to touch on the power of the G Bugle, and this is part of that series. I'm not going to tell you what the core is just yet. I'm not even going to put it on the thumbnail. So if you're looking at the thumbnail, you're probably not even certain what we're doing. And we do have a special guest that's going to be joining us here in just a moment. So can't see much more than that.
Okay. So this special guest, I'm so excited about this. It's actually my older brother, Ed, who marched in this drum corps that we're going to be discussing. And he is the reason that I'm in drum corps. The show is the reason that I'm in drum corps. And I grew up, my first tour with them as a little kid following behind their buses was to the show. So I've seen it countless times, and it is still so, so special to me. So I'm really excited to be doing this react.
Yeah, and this show is one of my favorite years of drum corps. So I'm an 80s and 90s marcher. So I marched the very end of 80s and 89 through, and then 93. So I marched 5 total seasons. But I really started listening. Someone give me a mixtape of this particular year. I'm not going to say which one it is yet. And this was a show that really just caught me. And when I saw the video of it, because just listening to the audio is impressive, but when you see the visual, holy crap! How they came up with this, I wish we could bring that person on that helped create this show to kind of pick his brain. Like, how did you guys come up with this show? Because it's so. It was so different than anything that they've done before or since. Yeah,
but also it flows so well. Like, I mean, just from the beginning to the end, every song leads so well into the other song. It was one of the first co-ed color guards that I had ever seen. Like back in the 80s, they didn't happen very often. But it's still, I have the vinyl of DCI finals from this year, and I will still put this on while I'm cleaning my house, and I just groove. It's like the only drum corps show that makes me like dance in my living room.
Yeah, it is. It's what's weird is like the year before they placed higher, but this year is better to me in terms of the show design, the concept, just the fun. It was a fun show to watch. So I know we're hyping a lot on it, but we're going to bring on our guest here in just a moment. So hang tight, and here we go.
Yes. All right. So we are here with our special guest. Like I said, they are an alumni of and a participant, marching member of the show. We're going to watch Ed Carr. He is near and dear to my heart as my older brother. Like I said, they got me into the activity. I know. And so I'm excited. This all came together really quick. So I'm going to let him tell you a few things about him and his long journey in the marching arts activity. And then we're going to get to it.
Okay. Well, hi, everybody. It's a real pleasure to be here. This sounds like a lot of fun. The nutshell is just basically this. I was in a really good marching band in high school, and a friend of mine joined the Sacramento Freelancers in 1982. And I thought, gosh, that sounds like a lot of fun. And I went to the shows, and it was a blast. And so I eventually joined the Freelancers in 1984. I missed the 85 season because I was in South America doing church missionary service. And when I came back for 1986, the Freelancers were gone. And so I found a home at the 27th Lancers over on the other side of the country. And then finally in 1987, of course, we closed the door on the 27th Lancers in 1986. And then for my age out year in 1987, I went to the Madison Scouts. Had an absolutely fantastic year. We came in 6th, and the next year they won the championship without me. So apparently I was what was holding them back. And once I was gone and too old, then they went ahead and, gained the glory.
Is that what you're saying happened to me as well, since I aged out in 95 Phantom?
That
That is the car curse.
That's right. It's a blessing to others. It's
to everybody else.
I mean, that's great. I mean, you marched some amazing corps. I mean, the 80s was a really great, and people go, oh, the 70s were the best, the 80s were the best, the 90s, the 2000s. To me, the 80s and 90s, I think, were kind of like a turn, like, because in the middle of the 80s, like, everybody went from symmetrical, not middle, but they went from symmetrical drill to asymmetrical because of Zingali. And then everybody started doing these really creative shows and more like centric and towards of like a show concept, where in the past it was like, we got to do an off the line, and then we got to do this jazz piece, and then we're going to play this Spanish piece, and then we're going to do this concert piece. And it was just like this hodgepodge of shows. Yeah.
And our color guard is in full military garb, which makes absolutely no sense.
Well, I mean, 1984 was the first year without the tick system. And
that was.
Really, did it go that long? Oh, wow.
Yes.
I didn't realize they were still doing it in 83.
Oh, no. I mean, Zingali was pushing that very, very, pushing the edge, the envelope, as they say, really hard. And I think that helped finally eliminate it. But I had a trumpet student who aged out of the Cavaliers within the last 6 or 7 years, maybe. And I finally convinced him that the 80s was the golden age. That's what he called it. He'd always say something like, I know, it wasn't the golden age of drum corps back in the 80s, but
there was a lot.
So I convinced him that was the days.
Yeah,
I still think.
Go ahead.
I still think the 90s are peak drum corps. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, I think the 80s was the turning point for modern drum corps because of Zingali. Zingali really was. Those who've never seen a Zingali show, watch 83, 84, 85. 87 not Santa Clara, cadets, and you will see the most mind-blowing drill you've ever seen in your life. But he was really the one pushing to get rid of the tick system, to get rid of asymmetrical drill, to be more of like a living, breathing organism, visually. And I just a little bit about me, Ed. I've been a drill designer for 35 years, visual designer, color guard, band, drum lines, all that stuff. But he was like the one I always watched. Like I watched the shows, kind of like got ideas of like, and it hit. But the 80s was really kind of the turning point. And then it was so weird because I marched 89, and that was the end of the decade. And that was like the big productions and stuff like that, musicals. But then in 90, all of a sudden, everybody went a completely different direction. It was so odd. It was so odd. I was just like, we just did these great musicals and stuff. And now in 90, all of a sudden, we're doing musicals, but like on a different level. It was just so weird. So anyway.
Yeah, like look at the hard turn that Blue Devils did from 89 to 90. Like, and I remember people did not respond well to that show. And then you look back on that show and you're like, yeah, that's actually really good.
It's amazing. I mean, and Madison dominated that decade. Their horn line was just, and their guard.
The 90s. Yeah.
Unbelievable.
So good.
So
good.
Very highly entertaining shows too. I mean, not just the excellence of the execution, but just the, Pirates of Mendoza and the drum corps fans.
Dream Part 1 and 2. Yeah.
I mean, those were just, just brilliantly crowd oriented shows. And I think it was wonderful to see that come together.
Star. As someone that had to sit on the 5th place island behind 95 Madison, that's what taught me that sometimes you just can't catch the drum corps that caught lightning in a bottle. That's how I felt about Madison at 95. That's how I felt about Mandarins with the Sinnerman show. You don't catch that show. If you're the drum corps right behind them, you're just done. Enjoy your place. You're not catching them.
Enjoy the experience.
So, yeah.
I think that's what it was like in 1980s. In most of the 80s, they're competing against Garfield. They kind of cut the decade in a bottle. And while there were a few other winners, I think as people go back and they look at the 83, 84, 85, the three-peat, and then 87. And even in their shows that they didn't win, the 88 show, the Les Mis show, was so beautiful.
Oh, that 89. Yeah.
What was that? 89?
That was a 5th place show.
I know.
And 5th place show. And it's still such an iconic show. It just goes to show everybody that you don't have to win to have that show.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy because I remember seeing that show.
Favorites.
I remember seeing that, and I've shared this story many times before, Ed. But I'll or do you go by Ed or Edward? I don't want to.
Call me Eddie.
Eddie. Okay.
Eddie.
I remember we were at the Meadowlands in '89, Garfield's home show, and we were there really early for some reason because freelancers like to get there early. You know that. and so I went to watch the cadets.
I mean, why practice?
Yeah, why practice? I went to watch the cadets, like they were in the stadium, like running through whatever they were running through. And all of a sudden, like you just see this collision, boom, these people just like fell on each other and stuff like that. Yeah. And because that was the nature of what they did. They just constantly were pushing and pushing and pushing and like running. And this is in the 80s. Yeah. They were running.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
But I remember this vividly. All of a sudden, like one of the staff, I don't remember who it was, it goes, "So-and-so, where are your parents sitting tonight?" And he goes, "Over there." He goes, "They're not going to hear you because your horn's pointing that way." Fix your horn. But that's
we used to instruct with sarcasm.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
you
got to have thick skin in the 80s.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was very boot campy. Yes, it was. But
it was a weird time. You couldn't get away with anything they did back then. Now there's just no way.
Oh my gosh.
No.
Yes.
Nope. So shall we say what show we're actually going to do? Because it could be 84, it could be 86 or 87.
I know. If you're paying attention to what I said earlier, you've already sussed out what we're going to talk about. Because I said this was the show that got me into drum corps.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I've given it away before I even thought.
So we're going to be watching and reacting to 1984 Freelancers.
Yes,
which is one of my all-time favorite shows.
Yes, indeed. I was saying, Ed, that I can still put the vinyl on at home and dance while I'm cleaning my kitchen.
Yeah.
Eddie, what instrument did you play?
I played soprano.
Soprano.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I actually have. So I don't know. This is a humble brag, and you'll see why it's a humble brag. So there was a solo in the opener in "What Is Hip." I was actually the first one to play that in competition down in Riverside, California, and it was a mellophone solo at first. Mario Fabula, the great famous Mario from later Freelancers and then Blue Devils, and they wanted to try it on soprano. I had it for about a week. After the first show, they decided it would be a nice mellophone solo again.
And they put it back to mellophone. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And so I got to be a soprano soloist for one night in DCI, and then the nice thing was Mario then came to me afterwards and he said, "Hey, I really like the licks," because I had kind of improvised it. He said, "You think we could work on that together?" And I said, yeah, you bet. Here it is." And so, some of me remains in what
I was gonna say, did it stay all the way to the end? Was he still playing them?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh,
and
cool.
They did some weird things. At first, it was just the one horn, and then they added a little quartet around it, which you can see in the opener. And that was new, but the licks basically were pretty much the same. And I tried to take it off of out of in the context of the original Tower of Power tune. And it was very bluesy. There's a flat 5 in there and a flat 3rd and stuff. And Mario's a phenomenal player. He's always has been. So, he just made it his own, and it was just, but that was my fun fact from Freelancers 84.
Yeah. Did he stay as a mellophone player? Did he move to soprano?
I seem to remember him still playing mellophone. Well, I don't know.
He was soprano because he played the bells solo in 85. That's right. He played the bells solo in 85. And then
Yeah.
he was a soprano at Blue Devils.
Then
Okay.
he went to Blue Devils and did that.
Okay.
Yes. Just an amazing solo in '88.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Oh, he was the soloist in '88.
He was the soloist in '88. Yeah. Same guy. Yeah.
The Happy Days Are Here Again. So
Yeah. Oh,
He's
what a
so
beautiful
good.
that show. That to me, '88 was kind of like a mixed bag. It was a beautiful horn book, but a very boring visual
Yeah.
book.
Yeah.
They didn't do anything.
Yeah.
They just kind of meandered around the field. It was like, okay, you know, and they were
As they do. Sorry.
well, now they moved though. I mean, but honestly, in the last 20 years, they've won more visual titles than the Cavaliers.
Right. Well, running is fun now, I guess.
I guess.
I know.
I mean,
Everybody can jazz run.
Yeah, everybody can jazz run. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to watch the show. So we're going to switch over to that. So here we go. All right, so we're going to jump right into the video. Eddie is going to kind of talk us through some stuff, hopefully, and like give us some little insights, if you wouldn't mind, just like whatever you see, think of, and kind of help us understand a little bit. Because I've seen this show a lot of times, but I've never really understood the construction of it and like how it evolved, you know, through the seasons and stuff like that. So it'd be kind of cool to hear, like, you know, your take on it. Here we go.
We can always do a bigger wrap up at the end.
Yeah, yeah.
So this is right off the Power of Powers Live in Sacramento album. The intro.
Nice.
I like the chromatic.
That's like
Yeah.
it's like totally freelancers. I like this guy.
Hey, here comes the famous solo from What Is It?
Oh, okay. Oh, it was a mellophone. Yeah.
Take it.
And
Oh my
those
gosh.
four guys were added about 2/3 of the way into the season.
Okay.
Here comes the color guard throwing the sopranos around.
Yes. Oh my gosh, look at him throwing those. I can't handle it.
So, you know, they actually did play.
I was going to say they played, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
and at the very end of the show, too.
Okay.
So, yes, they actually warmed up with us and did the whole thing.
Oh my gosh.
Didn't they play like the loud chord?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of the opening. Yeah,
You need to learn one note. That's it.
it was like 3, actually, but
Oh, I love it.
My one of my best friends, her cousin is in the color guard here, and he ended up marching in Santa Clara
oh, neat.
in
Oh, wow.
87 and 88, and then they got rid of the
wow.
co-ed color guard in 89, and he didn't get to march.
Oh, bummer.
Oh, terrible.
Yeah.
So this was also the first year I think the color guard was not in some sort of military tunic or something.
Wow. It's a really athletic color guard. I love it.
Yeah.
I just love everything about the show because it's just so much energy and just so much drive. And the guard was amazing. They were
The guard was
good.
really good. Yeah.
So good.
They
So
moved
this
a
is-
lot.
This tune is called Genji, and they used it in 1982. And this is a longer version of it.
Yeah, I think we actually played this as a warm-up in like
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
at some point.
Oh, how
yeah,
fun.
yeah. It was a cool piece. I liked it.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun.
I liked the solo.
Really good contrabass line this year.
Yeah,
Mhm.
they were terrific. Yeah. And I think this was in 5/4 or 7/4, as I recall. It was like a tricky
Oh
meter.
wow.
Sounds like it's in 9.
Yeah.
I always like that lick.
So is that the mellophone now, and they were playing altos before?
They had mellophones and French horn.
Oh, French horns.
Oh.
Yeah, so there's 8 of these.
Oh, that's a total French horn, yeah.
There's the French horn. Yeah. I think her name was Joss.
Yeah, we marched those in 89 as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a nice warm sound, but they're so hard to control the first one. So there's a high part there. One soprano was supposed to go up to a double A, and he just scratched it in finals. So, but it doesn't, you don't miss it, but
Right.
it's supposed to be there. Here's Dave Wales again. Dave was the I&E champion for soprano in 1982.
Oh wow. He's so serious.
Red, black, and chrome, man.
Yeah.
A little Jockum beats. We had a little foot and hand move there, which really good to see.
Oh yeah, this was. I remember all the check halts that we used to do at the
yes.
The
Oh my
check
gosh,
halts.
yeah, check halts. What fun. So Dave actually missed the first part of the season. He was on tour in Europe with some youth orchestra.
Oh wow.
And he wasn't going to march, but the Zimneys talked him into coming back.
Good choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good guy too. He's a good guy to march with. There's those big old 37-pound King.
Yep. K90s.
Here comes
I'm trying
Mario
s-
again.
So hard not to sing along. I'm so sorry.
I know.
Dang.
We'll see.
The horn line sounds so damn good.
It's so good. I know.
Just.
Stupid Cavaliers.
So when I went to 2-7, their chief horn line instructor, a really talented guy named Tom Lucas, asked me, "How did you get your horn line to play so loud?" We were famous for that.
I'll have to tell you a funny story later. So remind me, Jen. I got to tell a story about
Okay.
playing loud.
Okay. Bogard.
By modern standards, that is such a long time to just bark and bark.
I know, right?
The son of a bitch scored. Did you guys call it that back then too?
Sure did. You bet. Yeah.
We did that in '89.
Oh,
Ba-da-da-da. Not as clean as you guys did it though. Yeah, there's an
the
unfortunate.
best one was probably 82.
In '89, we were like in a straight line all the way across the front sideline, and the baritones and euphoniums were on the farthest number 2 side, and we couldn't see the drum major, and it was supposed to be a cue like this, and he went like this.
Oh no!
And so we saw this and went ba da with the rest of the
Oh
line.
no!
So this is Bob Jankowski, terrific baritone player, really tough, hard-nosed, always just, real tough guy. In the circle, when we played, when he got in the circle for his age out, played Amazing Grace, he was bawling like a little baby.
Aww. I love it because it's Amazing Grace. Sorry.
Yeah, yes, absolutely.
We're gonna have to talk about that because that was my core song.
Absolutely. So we're on the knees, in the front there, just singing in 4-part harmony. And then we have these tubes that have the hand flags, the little small flags that the guards can pick up them. And so we hook them onto a little hook on the side. And this is how I can tell that it's me on TV for like just a fraction of a second in the background, because you see a soprano with his back turned to the camera and he kind of raises his bell a tiny bit. It's because the flag had gotten stuck under my armpit.
Oh no!
The color guard person, her name was Janie, had to get it, so I kind of lifted up a little bit so she could pull it out from under my uniform.
The solo, the dancer, the color guard guy.
Oh yeah.
I used to love watching him dance. He was so good. He's one of those people where if I got to meet him, I would fangirl a little bit.
The song is called "Born Again," in case anybody doesn't know what it is.
Yeah.
It's a very popular song around that time, right?
It was. Yeah, it was a
big radio
staple.
hit.
Mm-hmm. I always loved the vocals behind. I love the vocals in the ballad. It's so cool. And you guys did it so well.
Yeah, we had to work on that a lot. It's the actual 4-part harmony. And here's the ending. It was supposed to be like another 30 seconds longer.
It's like the shortest closer.
Yeah.
Very grandiose.
Yeah. The guys have the sopranos again.
That's a cool shot. Ooh.
So loud.
Very cool.
So all those guard guys up front are playing that, and I think they had the rifle across their elbows. And they're playing like this.
So cool. So cool.
Man, that was wow! I haven't seen that show in a long time.
I love it.
I've seen little piees of it.
So the closer was. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. What you're going to say is more important.
No, but just so people, you want to talk about how the show kind of developed over time. The closer was supposed to have about another half a minute, maybe a little more, and it was going to be an up-tempo swing kind of thing. And John Zimney wanted a couple of sopranos just to be wailing and improvising and playing, jazz. And that was going to be me and a fellow named Mike Geach, who later on went to Santa Clara. But for some reason, we either couldn't fit it in time-wise or we couldn't fit it in rehearsal time-wise. And so it was supposed to be that fast swing and then bum, ba-doo-wah. And then that's where, that halftime thing came in. So we cut it out. And if you notice, the drill just stopped.
Yeah.
and we did this alternate level 3 mark time where on one side of the field, we lifted our left leg up and on the other side it was the right leg. So
Wow.
it's kind of like this going on, which they never really got any clear TV shots of. But you know, it was just I don't say this without affection, but I just visually, you know, there could have been a lot more going on, I think, in certain parts of the show, but especially at the end. And yeah, I don't know how much it hurt us in the end, but you know, it was still even to this day, people who are around then say, "Gosh, that was one of my favorite shows."
Mhm.
You know, even though we ended up, you know, way in the back in ninth place, and you know, it just people remember that show for some crazy reason, and they just loved it. So, you know, what I loved was especially coming down the last week and a half of the season. We play a lot of shows on the East Coast, which kind of tough audiences usually, right? And it always made us feel good if our score wasn't where we thought it would be. There was always somebody in the audience at retreat who would scream out, "Freelancers got robbed!" You know, and it wasn't one of us. It wasn't like one of our staff or our crew. It was some random person from Allentown or from Rome, New York, who just thought we should have done better. And you know, it made us feel good.
Seems like a common theme. That's what.
Yeah.
Every year I marched, we got robbed some way. Yeah.
I mean, the chip on our shoulders is gigantic by the time we get to the 90s.
Well, and it's, you know, that's a long tradition. I mean, look where we were. We were in this weird triangle with Blue Devils and Vanguard, who had such distinct characters and personalities and success. And everything freelancers, what we tried to do was, you know, sometimes it just leaned a little too close to Blue Devils. You know, we always seemed to have a Stan Kenton tune the same year they had a Stan Kenton tune, and you know, but you know, and that was kind of the chip was, you know, we can't really like distinguish ourselves. And then, especially in the mid '80s, we had a lot of guys who, you know, bailed and went to Santa Blue Devils. And it's like, come on, you guys.
Same thing in the 90s.
That hemorrhage kept on going.
Yeah. It's too bad. It's part of the fact of drum corps life, but you know, it's just yeah. But there's always been a freelancer chip, I think, and I bought into it. I did.
Yeah.
I had something to prove.
Yeah, it was.
Well, you know.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Well, what was kind of fun from my perspective as a 9 or 10-year-old in the back of a station wagon driving across the country, you know, I got to know these names, I got to know these people, and then when I came back in '92, like the Zimneys were still there. And Mike Grogan, who you marched with, was now instructing. And I mean, all these, you know, there were people that knew both of my brothers by the time I got there, for better, for worse for me. They were like, "Oh, geez, you're Scott Carr's little sister? Oh, great." Hey,
that's a good thing. You know, we can't forget that there was a third car in the Freelancers.
Yes.
And he was there for this, you can call it famous, you can call it infamous, whatever you want, but he was there for the '85 season.
Yeah.
And that
Playing
was
soprano.
Where the Freelancers, they sounded, if I could just listen to them on an album, I enjoyed the '85.
Another great horn line.
As much as listening to any jazz album. I mean, it's just fun music and great writing and, you know, great interpretations. And, but you know, '85 had its own cluster of events that, you know, that don't have to be outlined in specifics, but you know, that was core that was a little bit ahead of their time too, with the color changing color guard uniforms. Well, all the uniforms,
all of it. Yeah.
The boxes, the movable staging,
props.
Yes, I mean that was you know, you didn't really see. Well, I guess you saw a lot of that, but not that much, maybe until like Fellini-esque, you know, where you have a whole stage that you're moving around the field. And you know, Freelancers for what they put on the field, it was a little bit ahead of the time.
I just saw on Reddit within the last week or so, and this says the longevity. Like, we're dinosaurs. We can get on and talk about 84 freelancers till our faces turn blue. But someone talked about earworms. Like, what's the song? What's the one song that gets stuck in your head that you can sing, you can do whatever? And it wasn't even me that responded. There were like 3 or 4 responses of what is hip from 84 freelancers.
Yeah,
and Reddit is typically a young person's forum, and like that is the longevity of this particular year and that particular song and that arrangement and that everything. And so that's the one thing, another thread is, what older show would you recommend someone watches? And it's always someone comes up and says 84 freelancers for the music, They're like, you don't have to watch the show, just listen to it. It's phenomenal, and so and like I said, I could barely keep myself from singing along and then ruining the entire experience. So, yeah.
I've Jen, you and I have talked a lot about where modern drum corps is and, musically and other aspects too. But the 84 show, maybe it was the getting rid of the tick system. I mean, we talk about what that does for visual, but in terms of what it did musically too is really amazing because you had so much, freelancers finally did break out of the Blue Devils mold. We're doing a little bit of rock and roll. We're doing funk, right? Whereas Blue Devils were very much concert jazz. That was such a beautiful show that they had too. Vanguard was as beautiful as Vanguard ever was in 1984. Suncoast Sound, my gosh. I mean, there were so many, the West Side Story show, there were so many beautiful, beautiful things to listen to in 1984 that I think freelancers finally did like create a little bit of a niche and say, this is our space, very different from other corps. But that's the thing, that all the corps were so different now, or different then. And I just think that was a really particularly good year in saying, look how much variety there can be in any given year. I mean, when you saw the top 12, it was a real smorgasbord of a year. It was just wonderful to listen to.
I mean, great horn lines. 84 Spirit of Atlanta. Oh my God. To me, that is
gosh. Yeah.
That show to me is just mind blowing. Like how good it was. Just it really like signified who Spirit of Atlanta was. When you saw that show, you're like, that's Spirit of Atlanta. And you knew it. Yeah. And the same thing with freelancers. That's freelancers. Yeah. That's their identity. Yeah. That's who they are. Blue Devils, same thing. Cadets. Oh my God, beautiful show.
The only one I didn't like was the Cavaliers. No, just kidding.
Love.
You can not like shows. It's okay.
It's okay.
It's not that. It's not the particular show. In fact, didn't they do Pines of Rome again?
I think again.
they did it 83 and 84.
Yeah, I think so.
Beautiful tune, but just so we saw them quite a bit during the season, and we beat them every time except for finals at Whitewater and finals at finals. We even beat them in prelims in those 2 shows. And, so obviously there's the freelancer chip on my shoulder.
There's the chip. Yeah.
Yeah. There was always that little bias all the time. It was just, we never could escape it. Even when I marched, I mean, what's funny is like in 89, we were in 10th place. And then we got 15th place. And then we came back, we were in 10th place again. And we had one of the best horn lines in 1991 that we've ever had, that I marched. So that was an amazing show. If you haven't watched that, kids, go watch it. 1991 Freelancers, great horn line. Great visual too. I mean, I think we were clean. We were pretty darn clean.
I loved those guard uniforms.
Yeah, they were cool.
In 91.
They were
with the skirts, the half skirts. Yeah, it was super cool.
That was a fun show. That was a very fun show for me because it was the first year that the baritone line, we had super duper vets. We had people who marched 1984, like California Dawns, 85 California Dawns, and then they came to our corps. It came to freelancers in 87, and we had like 2 or 3 people that had marched five plus years in our baritone line. One had marched 8. So it was just like this phenomenal, like cornucopia of just veterans, within the low
In
brass.
91?
Yeah, 91.
Wow, that's amazing.
And then they aged out, and then 92 we still had a pretty strong horn line, but it wasn't as good, but it was pretty good. So anyway,
was Scott Stewart in the soprano line in 91?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yep.
I marched with him too.
Yep. His last year was 92, and then he went to BD in 93.
Yes, he did. Yeah, he was so much fun to listen to. I mean, just from a soprano point of view, obviously, anyone who can play high notes is fun to listen to.
Yeah.
It was just great hearing him and someone in the Freelancers just screaming the double high X's. And that was I think a point of pride.
Yeah, he's amazing. I mean, if you watch BD 93, it's like the whole show's around him.
Yes. Yeah.
Like he told me once he only marched 9 drill sets in 1993, and that's it. The rest of the time he was soloing.
I believe that. I saw him.
I only got to watch BD from the tunnel. Sorry.
From the tunnel?
We beat them that year. Sorry.
Oh, that's right.
The only time I got to beat BD. They beat me my other 2 years.
That's wonderful. You know where I saw Scott later on that really impressed me was at Disneyland in 2002.
Did he do that? What is that? Future
Blast.
Blast.
Yeah, Future Core
Blast.
and then Blast.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't remember him in Blast.
Yes, he was.
He was at the Disney version.
He didn't do the traveling one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
And of course, it was the Malaguena thing, which is such a Madison thing too. And so, for me, a former freelancer and Malaguena, and again, more high notes. So yeah, it was.
So shout out to you, Scott.
There you go.
He's a great player. He's such a great player. All right, we're gonna wrap it up, but thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you, Eddie, for joining us.
Yeah,
on this journey, this nostalgia journey. We really appreciate you coming on.
I blame Ed for all of my sleepless nights.
Well, hey, listen,
my drum corps related sleepless nights.
And listen, I hope you don't mind.
Your fault.
I hope you don't mind just like a little plug, but I'm still in the activity in the sense that I'm the brand new director of bands at Missouri Valley College in Marshall, Missouri.
Awesome.
Kansas City side, sort of. And we're doing a lot of recruiting right now. And my dream is to have a top-notch jazz program, but also a winter indoor winds program.
Wow.
And so, if any of the listeners are college age and in the area, man, hit me up.
For sure.
That's awesome. Yeah. Let me know if you ever need help with that, because that's indoors are amazing. I love indoor. I actually like indoor more than I like marching band, I gotta say. Because it's just a different vibe. Whenever I do winter guard or winter drumline, it's just like you're in a controlled environment. You're not outside. You try not to be outside. Sometimes we had to be on the blacktop, but it was just such a cool vibe. You have less people, but it's more. You have to go quicker. You have to go much quicker because you have a short timeline to get everything ready to go. So it's just kind of this cool little bonding thing. So.
Yeah.
It's funny, for having only done 1 year winter myself as a performer, I actually preferred writing for winter for indoor better as well.
Yeah. I mean, I love writing marching band and stuff too, but indoor is just so much more. You can be so much more creative because you can work one-on-one with people, whereas on a field, there's 100+ people and you got to pick and choose your battles, so.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up. So thanks so much. We really appreciate it. And please make sure, if you have not subscribed, please be sure to do so. You just click on that little subscribe button down there at the bottom. We would really appreciate that. And also, if you have not checked out our YouTube page, please go and check that out. It has all of our videos, including our podcasts. And our podcasts are also available on YouTube Music. So you can go to YouTube Music, click on podcasts, and then typing Marching Arts Network, and you can listen or watch wherever you're at. In your car, whatever you want. So, well, thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you guys at the next one. Until then,
so exciting.
march on.
March on.
Bye, everyone.